Happy Monday, crypto fam. What it do? Lots to cover today. In today's show, I'll be sharing with you the 5 things to watch out for in the Bitcoin market this week, including the SEC, CPI, and a strong rebound. Also in today's show, Tether CTO clarifies $1 billion USDT mint on Ethereum is for chain swaps. We'll also be discussing Bitcoin to fight against European challenges as Europe grapples with conflicts, migration, and government overreach. We'll also be discussing the Binance CEO CZ responds to data points to billions in exchange outflows. We'll also be discussing breaking news. Sberbank, Russia's biggest lender, to offer crypto asset trading services starting this month. Also, El Salvador will be debt-free in 2030 with Bitcoin mining, says Max Keiser, the chairman of Volcano Energy. In fact, in a recent interview, he shares the following bold prediction. By 2030, the market capitalization of Volcano Energy and the GDP of El Salvador will both reach $50 billion as we expand geothermal mining and the price of Bitcoin skyrockets to $1 million per coin. It is a mathematical certainty. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, plus so much more, in today's show. And welcome everyone tuning in. This is pod episode number 1310. I'm your host JV. Today is June 12th, 2023. Let's start with the market watch. We got Bitcoin correcting down 0.4%, trading just above 25,800 at the time of this live stream. We have Ether down 1%, trading just above $1,700, while XRP, Cardano, and Polkadot are in the green. And checking out coinmarketcap.com, the crypto market cap is currently sitting just above $1 trillion. With about 31 billion in volume in the past 24 hours. Bitcoin dominance has been on the climb, currently at 47.7%, with the Ether dominance on the decline at 19.9%. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers in the past 24 hours, we have SUI up about 10%, trading at 66 cents, followed by Cosmos up 5%, trading at $8.74, followed by Aptos up 4%, trading at $6.24. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers for the past week, SUI is also leading the pack, up almost 10%, with some of the biggest losers, including Hex down 6% and RPL down 7%. And checking out the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, you can see we're currently still stuck in neutral, rated a 47 for the day, the same as yesterday. Last week was a 53, and last month a 58. Which is neutral. So there you have it. And now let's dive into today's Bitcoin technical analysis and discuss the 5 things to watch out for in the Bitcoin market this week. And welcome to each and every one of you just tuning in. I have my eyes on the live chat. Yeah, so first and foremost, the first thing to keep your eyes out on is Bitcoin losing its key trend line, but some remain bullish. That's right. Bitcoin's price closed the weekly candle in a disappointing position thanks to last-minute downside wiping value from the crypto as a whole, the removal of various alts by certain trading platforms concerned about U.S. legal ramifications sent the prices tumbling. And here you're looking at the Bitcoin one-day candle chart. And in doing so, Bitcoin locked out the 200-week moving average as support. Quoting Rec Capital, a Bitcoin weekly candle close below the 200-week moving average could confirm as the lost support. In that case, Bitcoin could relief rally into the moving average next week, potentially to flip it into new resistance. This sort of turn of technical events could precede additional downsides. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the crypto analyst. And quoting Mikhail Van de Popp, Mayday, Mayday, total market cap is beneath the 200-week moving average and exponential moving average. Needs to get back above 1.04 trillion during this week to avoid further downwards momentum for crypto. And quoting Dan Crypto Trades, actually Credible Crypto, he's also still insisting that a $40,000 price action is on the way, saying that 40,000 is a magnet. And quoting him here, if bag holders dumped at the bottom and then only sell pressure above is from short-term traders and profit takers, that's not enough to stop the major impulsive move in its track for longs. Expect major resistance levels above to get melted through a lot faster than most are expecting. Now for the next factor to keep your eyes out on this week, Bitcoin runs the gauntlet ahead of massive macro week. Now quoting Dan Crypto Trades on Crypto Twitter, Monday, deadline for Binance and Binance US to respond to the SEC's application for temporary restraining order. Tuesday, motion for temporary Binance US restraining order hearing. We have the Hinman docs release for XRP and CPI data release. Wednesday, US rate decision and FOMC statement. Thursday, the ECB rate decision, jobless claims, and retail sales. And then Friday is the Eurozone CPI. So a very busy week for crypto. crypto amongst us. Now for the next factor to keep your eyes out on this week in the Bitcoin market, the Bitcoin fundamentals to the moon. That's right. This week, as with almost every week this year, the network difficulty and hash rate are aiming for new all-time highs. And you know what they say, Bitcoin price precedes the hash rate. Hash rate is already higher than ever, according to some estimates, while difficulty will increase by approximately 2.5% on June 14th, which is Wednesday this week. This will take it past 53 trillion for the first time. Let's freaking go. I cannot wait. And aloha to the entire crypto fam joining us right now in the live chat. Data from monitoring resource BTC.com confirmed that network fundamentals are in up-only mode despite the Bitcoin price pressures, with 2023 only seeing 3 difficulty reductions out of the total adjustments. Quoting them here, Bitcoin hash rate will not stop growing. This is insane. Mining is ruthless. Free market competition in its purest form. Now for the next factor to keep your eyes out on, according to crypto analyst Philip Swift, the Bitcoin miner difficulty just made a new all-time high, an increasingly challenging environment for underperforming miners. Difficulty now at 51.2 terahashes. Let's go. This is equivalent to 381 quintillion guesses attempted every second to solve the block puzzle. Not too shabby. Now for the next factor to keep your eyes out on this week, whales boost the Bitcoin exposure during the recent altcoin sell-off. That's right. As Cointelegraph reported, the largest class of whales have diverged from the rest of the investor base since May, accumulating while others distribute their BTC. BTFD, you already know, fam. With alts tumbling at the weekend, the whales appeared to take the opportunity to increase rather than decrease their Bitcoin exposure. As altcoin madness has ensued, they are quietly as a bullish divergence between Bitcoin accumulating whales and falling price. With whale holdings moving up by 1,000 BTC per day while the prices fall, there is reason to believe a strong rebound can occur. So there you have it. Let me know if you are currently bullish on the King Crypto and how many of you took advantage of this recent dip. Let me know in the comments right down below. And now let's break down our next story of the day. And that's Tether CTO clarifying the $1 billion USDT mint on Ethereum is specifically for chain swaps. That's right. Tether minted a fresh batch of $1 billion worth of its Tether stablecoin on the Ether blockchain today, June 12th. The latest $1 billion mint for the stablecoin issuer comes within 2 months of its latest mint on April 21st. That's right. Chief Technology Officer Paolo took to Twitter to clarify the latest USDT mint as part of what the firm calls an inventory replenish on the Ethereum network. The latest issuance, however, won't impact the overall market cap of USDT since the latest minting is an authorized but not issued transaction, as he outlines here. Now, a chain swap is a process traders use to transfer digital assets from one blockchain to the next. This procedure allows traders to access other supporting blockchains for the crypto they hold, letting them utilize their digital assets on multiple blockchains. He explained that Tether periodically works with different crypto platforms to help them rebalance the USDT liquidity across the various blockchains. For example, if a crypto exchange has a surplus of USDT liquidity on the Ethereum blockchain and a deficit on the Tron blockchain where it needs to process withdrawals, the exchange will chain swap its Ethereum-based USDT to the Tron blockchain. Tether has minted now over $16 billion in new USDT in this year, with its current market cap at more than $83 billion. The USDT market dominance touched new highs in 2023 as other stablecoin issuers struggled due to regulatory and banking crisis in the United States. For example, the Circle-issued USDC coin, the second largest stablecoin by market cap, was on the verge of taking over USDT as the largest stablecoin last year. However, the prolonged crypto winter and banking contagion in the U.S. significantly affected USDC's market confidence in 2023. So there you have it. Which stablecoin do you trust the most and are most likely to use? Let me know in the comments right down below. And with that being shared, now let's break down these European conflicts, shall we? What is happening right now? The Bitcoin community in Europe continues to be a voice in combating social problems affecting the continent, according to podcast host Eric Dale, the founder and CEO of the Northern Lightning Conferences, which hosts several Bitcoin events across Europe, believes the continent's Bitcoin community is fostering ideals that will be crucial to address ongoing conflict situations as well as social issues. Quoting him here, Europe is a continent that faces challenges of war, of migration, of government overreach, and a lot of people see Bitcoin as a way to get out of Europe, as a form of exit. And I'm here to say the Bitcoin is also a voice. And that's right, Bitcoin is the exit valve to exit the matrix. I love that. War remains a concern for the Bitcoin for Breakfast pod host as the Ukrainian-Russian conflict rages on. While nation states battle against each other, Bitcoin proponents also face an uphill battle in their campaign for the adoption of the decentralized financial tools. Quoting him here, I don't think the battle for decentralization with Bitcoin will be any different. I think there will be parallels to it. We can probably look at the reformation and the very shaky compromises which led to religious wars and civil strife. It was a velvet revolution here in Prague that shows us just how peacefully we can throw off a seemingly entrenched and corrupt system like fiat or communism. Preach. Now, regulation of the crypto space has seen a major had been a major talking point across Europe for the past 2 years, with the European Union taking steps to develop comprehensive regulatory framework in the industry. And as you know, in the United States, there is still no clarity. We can thank the SEC and Chairman No Clarity Gary for that. And with that being shared, now for the latest from CZ, the Binance CEO, who just recently came out to dispel some FUD. Then we'll discuss the latest with trading for crypto in Russia, as well as Max Keiser's newest and latest and greatest $1 million Bitcoin price prediction, and the latest with Bitcoin mining and Volcano bonds. And then we'll dive into some live Q&A. So here we go. While data suggests crypto assets have been flowing out of centralized exchanges at an accelerated pace over the last week, Binance CEO CZ argues it may not be as bad as it appears. We shall see. Leading analytics platform Nansen and DeFi Llama have all measured increased exchange outflows from Binance over the past 7 days after news from the SEC lawsuit against the firm hit the airwaves. According to Nansen, there have been a net outflow of $2.36 billion from Binance over the past 7 days, along with $123.7 million flowing out of Binance US. DeFi Llama reported an even larger figure of $3.35 billion in outflows from Binance, while Glassnode data shows the exchange's balances haven't declined 5.7%, which is around $1 billion over the past 7 days. However, in a recent June 10th Twitter post, CZ argued that some exchange outflow data can be skewed as some third-party analytics measure change in assets under management as outflow, which would include times when the crypto prices decline, as CZ points out right here on crypto Twitter. CZ instead claimed the firm's outflow over the past 24 hours on June 9th was around $392 million, which pales in comparison to the $7 billion in one-day outflow that was recorded last year in November around the time of the FTX collapse. CZ continued to explain that large inflows and outflows are perfectly normal during times of volatility. Quoting him here, some even only measure outflow, not inflows. On a sharp price movement day like today, many arbitrage traders move a lot of funds between exchanges, usually exponentially more than on normal days. And since the SEC's lawsuit against Binance and Coinbase, which was on June 5th and the 6th of last week, the total crypto market cap declined by 7%, which is more than $80 billion, according to CoinGecko. And then also, as reported, the decentralized finance volume surged more than 400% following the twin lawsuits targeting the centralized exchanges. So there you have it. All I know is this: if you currently have any crypto on the exchanges, I would remove it immediately as not your keys, not your coins, especially if it's sitting on Binance, Binance US, or Coinbase, or any of the exchanges in general. You know what I mean? Remove your crypto or forever hold your peace. And with that being shared, fam, now for the latest news coming out of Russia. The Russian banking giant Sberbank getting into crypto trading. According to a release, the bank will begin providing crypto asset services to its customers this month. Let's go. This exciting new phase in the bank's continuous foray into crypto is expected to take place in the coming weeks. In particular, the financial institution will soon permit customers to trade Bitcoin as well as other cryptocurrencies. Now, Sberbank's deputy board chairman said the bank is prepared to launch its crypto-related services. Customers can purchase, sell, and trade digital goods, and soon the bank will begin issuing digital financial asset transactions. That's right. Now, check it out, quoting them here. If we're talking about consumers, then we anticipate that this feature will become available to them sometime in June during the second quarter. People will be able to trade digital financial assets, so swap money for goods. Now, the Moscow-based Sberbank is Europe's second largest financial institution, hence why this is such a pretty big deal. It hoped to release an Ethereum-compatible DeFi platform back in April, but has since pushed back its debut to June. Tokens would be issued, smart contracts would be developed, and the bank's commercial and retail banking services would be integrated. Sberbank believes in its uses of blockchain systems. The bank's investment arm, Sber Asset Management, announced plans to introduce Russia's first exchange-traded fund based on blockchain technology strategy in December of 2021, and the bank's vice chairman outlined the positive effects of the change. More money could be brought into the bank by investors who are interested in the crypto market. And on the flip side, the bank also implemented new assessment features. The purpose of this is to change and facilitate financial transactions involving digital assets. And I'll leave you with this quote: "We must ensure that everyone has the chance to use these services at the close of Q1 2023 or at the start of Q2 2023. At the latest, Spur will offer the opportunity. So let's go," as the Bitcoin game theory continues in full effect around the world. And with that being shared, now for the latest bold predictions coming from Max Keiser surrounding the Bitcoin price action and the latest with the Bitcoin Volcano bonds in El Salvador, and then we'll dive into some live Q&A. Massive shout out to Max Keiser. Now check it out. He was recently interviewed and asked, how will Volcano Energy's investment in the country be executed? Max responded, the seed capital of $250 million will go on the path of geothermal energy, and while it comes to that, wind and solar energy will be worked on first. The infrastructure is already in Metapon. Everything is assembled. We have been actively building. The wait is over. To get to the geothermal project, it would take 4 to 5 years to make it work. But meanwhile, the solar and wind project will be built and should be operational within 6 to 9 months. And also asked, what will be the benefits of the mining project in the El Salvadoran economy? Now, the project represents self-sufficiency of the country because we will mine Bitcoin by ourselves in El Salvador. It gives us geographical importance for the Bitcoin network. The idea that El Salvador is a large mining center allows jobs to be generated in the area, raising the gross domestic product and benefits of the country. Countries around the world are beginning to accumulate and mine Bitcoin as the world of fiat money and central bank disintegrates. With the benefit of President Nayib Bukele's new laws, such as making Bitcoin legal tender, we have the ability to lead the world and arguably become the richest country in the world. Volcano's energy mission is to make El Salvador the richest nation on earth. Bitcoin is the new oil, and El Salvador will be the Saudi Arabia of Bitcoin. And here's another very bold prediction. By 2030, the market capitalization of Volcano Energy and the GDP of El Salvador will both reach $50 billion as we expand geothermal mining, and then the price of Bitcoin skyrockets to $1 million per coin. It is a mathematical certainty. I love Max Keiser's conviction, and he continues, this country will be debt-free by 2030 with Bitcoin and geothermal Bitcoin mining. And when asked what is the long-term vision with the mining project, Max responded, El Salvador will have the largest Bitcoin mining project in the world. We will start with 241 megawatts, but the idea is clearly to increase it to 5,000, 10,000, 15, or even 20,000 megawatts. The main source over time will be geothermal, and the country is rich in it, and we will use this resource. One of the main things that drew us to El Salvador was the potential for Bitcoin mining with geothermal energy. Globally, 52% of Bitcoin mining is already done with renewable energy because it is much cheaper. Bitcoin solves emission problems. Bitcoin is the cleanest industry in the world and promotes peace, unlike the fiat money industry, which is the most damaging to the environment and promotes violence. Now, will the company hire Salvadoran talent? Well, he went on to share that the team is Jose Lopez, the CEO of Volcano Energy, a Salvadoran who is a pioneer for the Bitcoin mining. He worked on a large mining project in Norway and is one of the best mining experts in the world, and returned to El Salvador under the leadership of President Bukele. And he continues, the company will look for the best talent available in the country. Hundreds of jobs will be created at the start of the project and thousands of jobs over time, depending upon the progress. We are going to train Salvadorans, but there are already engineers in the country who develop mining with geothermal energy and specialists in construction and energy. There is a good talent. And what will your role be of the company? My role as CEO is to raise money and develop the architecture of the business model. This is an investment with compound interest. That is, part of the profits will be reinvested into mining and increasing the megawatts. Usually, mining industry is based on over-indebtedness. That is a problem or become a problem, and we are not using leverage with debt. It is through shareholder equity. 23% of the profits will go to the Salvadoran government, 27% to investors, and 50% is reinvested in mining according to the Keiser rehash function owned by the company. It is called that since I developed the idea and made it a part of the business model, and we are the only mining company in the world that does it this way. The effect is that a composite function is created that increases the hash rate like any composite function. This is a concept that is common in finance, but I determined that it could be used effectively in the mining industry as well, not only to increase the hash rate, but also to reduce the volatility. So there you have it. What are your thoughts surrounding Max Keiser's whopping $1 million price prediction by the year 2030, along with the market cap of Volcano Energy and the GDP of El Salvador both reaching $50 billion? Let me know your honest thoughts in the comments right down below, which leads us to our live Q&A. Welcome to each and every one of you joining us today in the live chat. It's good to see the crypto crew here. Whoop, whoop, wop, wop. Nathan, what's good? 3 digits, Coin Father. Steve Kingston, good to see you. Chris Minka, what's up? The Rotten Apples, Statwise Jenks, what's poppin'? Good to see you as well. Merc 30, John 316, Jeff S. And I'm going to start at the very top here. Jeff, welcome. Evan Rivero, greetings fam. Good morning. Yes, that's right. This is take 2. For those that missed it, I did a take 1 at 12 p.m. and had audio issues. So I had to reboot the computer and we went live again at 1 p.m. I can't leave y'all hanging. Got to do my part. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. That's right. Resend it. Full send. Let's freaking go. You know what I mean? Maybe after the trending section, you can look at the chat GPT if you're having issues and catch them up. Word up. This is a full send opportunity, 100%. Lambo says, Dustin, send it. Let's go. Abraham Lincoln and Indiana Jones. What? This is going to be a new Indiana Jones movie. Will they stop rebooting the movies? We shall soon see. Yeah, your sound and audio is good. Good to hear that. What a sigh of relief. It's insane doing a live show for 30 minutes and then discovering your audio wasn't working the entire time. So hopefully that never happens again. You know what I mean? Merc 30, good afternoon, fam. What's poppin'? Welcome, everyone. Smash the like button. It's free. Subscribe and set up notifications if you haven't yet. I appreciate that reminder, digital dankness. As you know, if you're new to the channel, it's very important to stay subscribed and hit the bell icon. Turn on all notifications so you don't miss out. Wasabi, what's up? My crypto fam. What's up, Nathan Roth? It is good to see you, fam. I got some small limit bids filled. Anyone want to panic sell me more? I am buying. Good to hear you're taking advantage of this dip. I mean, $25,000 Bitcoin price is a steal, in my opinion, considering the all-time high of the last cycle was what, 69,000. So we got Bitcoin at like a 60 to 70% discount. Take advantage of it. Why not? DCAing and harder the lower it goes, Chris. That's what's up. Same here in July, between $32,000 and $43,000, says Coin Father. Descending channel in Bitcoin. Let's hope the support holds or get ready to buy some cheap sats. That's right. If this falls out from underneath us, Bitcoin can go sub 25,000, making it even a greater buying opportunity. Yeah, I entered several altcoin trades during the weekend, said Coin Father. Hopefully they worked out well for you. Statwise says, I am not confident we will retake 30 this year. So I just placed a sell order at 28,000 to pay unexpected taxes. Ooh, ouch. Get out of one's ESG 401ks and stack sats, says the Rotten Apples. Word up. Sage advice. I think that would be a smart bet. Get out of your 401k and put it into the King crypto, the ultimate, you know what I mean, deflationary asset, a hedge against hyperinflation, gold 2.0, uncorruptible money, unconfiscatable money. Makes sense to me. Here also, have plenty of fiat to buy more, but my bags are shaping up nicely. Word up, Steve. Good to hear. I am a Kraken OG. Swan fees are 5 times higher. Are you serious? Are they that high? What right now are the Swan fees? If you know the percentage, let us know. In comparison to Kraken, I would love to know as well. Shout out to Kraken, one of the OG crypto exchanges. Stat-wise, you'll be fine. Other dips in the future. Wishing you the best. You are not alone. What are the fees on Kraken? Chris asked. Great question. I'd love to know as well. I buy most of my Bitcoin through Fold and transfer to the wallet. Word up. What are the fees on Fold? Let us know. All the exchanges are going to lose a lot in the next few months while the SEC is going after most crypto, except FTX. He was a smokescreen, referring to Scam Bankman-Fried. There is a real agenda, which will become clear soon. I think the agenda couldn't be more clear right now, especially for us Bitcoin OGs. I talked to Corey of Swan over the weekend. I was able to withdraw as usual, no problems. Upgrade isn't finished, but all good over there. Thanks for the updates on Swan, one of the leading platforms to purchase some Bitcoin. The Coin Father, interesting. Thanks. I will look into that. Chris, yeah, they are close to being finished with the upgrade. And is the upgrade for the better? Have you noticed any differences with it? Let us know. I use Strike only lately. Strike is another way, another app to purchase Bitcoin and stack some sats. Pretty good stuff. OpenNote is another option, I believe. I am testing my bank right now, see if I can still on-ramp cash for today. Well, let us know how that works out for you, Steve. El Salvador doesn't have enough Bitcoin to be considered the Saudi of anything. Well, keep in mind they will continue stacking sats and mining Bitcoin using geothermal energy. So we're talking about the future. It can become the Saudi. Yeah, I mean, that's what Max was saying. Why Bitcoin and not Max Coin? Just move cash out of TD Bank. Not a problem yet. Word up. Do you think, I covered yesterday, not yesterday, maybe it was last week in the show, that Wells Fargo was limiting customer withdrawals to $1,000 cash. So keep that in mind. Only keep in the bank what you're willing to lose, fam. It's getting scary out there. 3 diglets, they don't need to. They will consider people living there as part of the country too, which adds to the value of the country as well, says CoinFather. Give El Salvador 5 to 10 years and you will see them as leaders. I agree. You also got to consider how small of a country it is there in Central America. Very small population, but they're making big moves. This is the Bitcoin citadel. You know what I mean? Bitcoin country, as Max calls it. Always good to see you, JV, and to the crypto fam. Thank you, Nathan Roth. Appreciate your support as always. Much love and respect. Why do I keep pushing below 26,000? I mean, it is what it is. You can blame the SEC and the regulators attacking all the exchanges and declaring war on crypto here in the United States. You know what I mean? That's one of the main reasons. Nathan, it's contagious. I bought 4X this weekend. Word up. Do what you got to do. Keep stacking them stats. Do you have any idea how bad El Salvador is? Why do you say that, 3 diglets? What are you referring to? What's so bad about El Salvador? Please do enlighten us. From my understanding, the crime in the country has gone down tremendously, virtually non-existent. They have now become one of the safest countries in all of the Americas, including the United States and Canada. So, I mean, that's a good look. Shout out to Bukele. Nuggets, let's go. Number 1, baby. 0.99% versus 0.02%. Swan fees are 1%. Okay, pretty interesting. Remember when Binance rolled out their 0 fees on the top trading pairs where you can trade Bitcoin, for example, to Ethereum or stablecoin, 0 fees? Well, they took that away. And also during the tribulations and times right now, I wouldn't be using Coinbase whatsoever. Volcanoes go boom. Let's go. QE starts in September or October of 2023 in preparation to more big money printing as that money printer continue to go. Rudy DePlane, what's up? Ruminator, what's poppin'? Michael Volkman, keep stacking them stats. Do what you got to do. Says, I enjoy pushing below 26,000. I just keep stacking them stats. Smart man. Smack those lips constantly. Are you referring to me? Better late than never, fam. Smash that like. Thank you, Rudy. Appreciate the the support as always. Strike has funding limits that don't let you get anywhere near a whole Bitcoin. Is that for real? What are the limits? What's the most amount of Bitcoin you can currently purchase on Strike? And I wonder why that is. Is that intentionally? Because I wasn't aware that there were such insane limits on the Strike app. And shout out to Jack Mallers, by the way, while we're speaking of Strike, as was announced at the Bitcoin Miami conference this year, a few weeks back. Jack Mallers announced that they have partnered with over 65 countries around the world, opening up shop in El Salvador. So now the Strike app is available in not only the United States, not only El Salvador, but 65 countries around the world as the mass adoption continues. I have said it before, I don't expect an alt season this having anything like before. Appreciate that prediction there, Chris Minka. So do you think the Bitcoin dominance will continue eating away at the alts as the unlawful action of the SEC against the exchanges continues? Let me know your honest thoughts, of course. I just keep moving my Strike coins to my Trezor. That's what's up. Trezor is a great cold storage device. I highly recommend it. If you currently are not using a cold storage device such as a Trezor, be sure to do so. And it's a no-brainer. It's very affordable. Maybe it's 50 or 60 bucks. So go ahead and get yourself one of those if you don't already have one. You know what I mean? A few that go have a good chance, but most will lag behind. I do think that naturally the cryptos that the SEC is deeming securities are going to take the biggest hits, as they already have. I mean, the day of the lawsuits, after the news was announced, many of those cryptos lost between 20 to 25%. Saturday was a total bloodbath. And then on Sunday, some of them started to recover, and today we see a little bit of recovery as well. My max Strike deposit amount is only $10,000, says Satwise. Others I've referred started with only $500. Word up. So the max deposit amount is $10,000. Good to note. That's roughly you know, almost a half a Bitcoin, but not quite. The more you buy on strike, the larger your limit is. Okay, that makes sense. So you're saying if you buy frequently, they're going to raise your limits, and then maybe you can buy a whole Bitcoin. How many of you have used Strike before to purchase Bitcoin? How many of you have used the Cash App? That's another option as well. Folk to the king, Bitcoin pump it up. Del Pillar, what is up? It is good to see you. You know what I mean? Appreciate you tuning in here today live. Bitcoin dominance will go up against the alts while the SEC takes down the crypto casinos. It does seem to be that way, CoinFather. Now my question for you is, how high will the Bitcoin dominance rise? Will we see a 70% Bitcoin dominance this upcoming cycle, considering the Bitcoin halving is now roughly 10 months away? Right now, the Bitcoin dominance is currently at 47.7%. As I shared in, I think it was yesterday's episode, one analyst said, once the dominance climbs past 50%, it's just going to continue to soaring, eating away at the market cap of many of these alts, especially the ones the SEC are deeming as securities in the recent lawsuits versus Coinbase and Binance. But we shall soon see. Yes, this is take two. Welcome, Tony Jeffries. Appreciate you tuning in. Take one didn't go so well. I did the entire show without any audio, and I had to come back and represent for the crew. You know what I mean? If I sold my 401k and bought Bitcoin, the wife would throw her wine glass at my head. Well, that's not good, but sometimes you got to take some hits. It is what it is. This is the way most are. You got to establish yourself before you get a large account. That makes sense. Word up. It is just a matter of time. Just be patient, says Billy Bitcoin. Yeah, we are still early. Considering the Bitcoin market cap is roughly $500 billion, that's nothing. You know what I mean? The total addressable market is like $700 trillion. Could you imagine if Bitcoin just tapped into 1% of the total addressable market over the next decade? We're talking about a multiple seven-figure Bitcoin price. It's inevitable, fam. My 17-year-old son is playing with Strike. Love to hear that, Steve. I must have orange pilled him well. Well done. You're doing a great job. Great parenting. You know what I mean? Tony Jeffries back in the building. Good to see you again, fam. My wife will never work again because I own Bitcoin. Well, hopefully that's by choice. She doesn't want to work and you don't want her to work. And that you don't spend your Bitcoin. That's the key. You know what I mean? If you had to spend your Bitcoin, then someone should get a job to, you know, keep stacking those sats and protecting your crypto. Bitcoin dominance should go over 50%. If we retake 28,000 from the alts jumping into Bitcoin, yeah, I think 50% is a given. I'm curious to see how high it does climb, though. Very curious. Welcome back. We homeschooled our kids, so that is a different kind of rewarding work. Completely understand and can totally relate with firsthand experience. CoinFather, don't tell the wife. Then tell her in 2030 when Bitcoin hits 1 million. Or maybe don't tell her then. Do what you got to do. Keep stacking until the halving, says ITH Accra. Rudy says more like a 409k account. That's funny. Watch out, she will spend it. Yeah, wives are experts when it comes to spending. It doesn't matter what type of currency it is, they're really good at it. Thank you, Steve, says LFC Liverpool Film Club, coming from Tony Jeffries. Much love and much respect. What are your guys' predictions?